Hey, Rat.
Yeah.
I don't know what they were talking about. I saw your dick pic on my iPad, on my iPod Nano, and it did fit the screen.
Oh, see, perfect. I knew I had somebody backing me up.
You had to like do a slight enlargement, right? But
a little bit, yeah. You had to pinch it just a tiny bit, right? Okay. Ray, you ready?
Yeah. Once I get my mind out of the fact that I got my first dick pic this week, but
you got your first dick pic?
We'll get into that later.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Oh, I can't wait. Okay. All right. Here we go. Hey everybody, welcome to episode 101, oh my god, season 3 of The Rich Dickman Show, the podcast that is slightly better than mediocre. I am your host, full-time employee now, I am Rem, and of course with me as always, he is my co-host, definitely not the main host. His name is Ray. Ray is living it out there in a new progressive era of a state of some shit that Gavin Newsom said. It's Ray in California. Ray, what's going on, buddy?
Hey, what's up? We're getting more and more locked down over here. They've gotten to the point where Starbucks is not essential anymore, if that's any indication of California's current status.
Starbucks.
That's the end of a civilization.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
We're done.
Yes. And joining us tonight, Ray, is I thought we were going to be done with the porn for a little while, but of course we're not because I'm me. But it is the one and only Angus Maple, Swiney's co-star, at Guinea Penis on Twitter, of course. It is Mr. Angus Maple. Angus, how are you? Thank you for joining us tonight.
I'm good. Pleasure to be here.
Awesome. I'm so glad that you
What
can
is
join
a
us.
guinea penis? Oh, sorry. I don't mean to interrupt.
Yeah, don't interrupt me, Ray. You should.
Can I ask that? Like, what is that? What is a guinea penis?
What is what?
A guinea penis.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the joke is when I first started dating my wife, she actually works for Adult Video News, reviewing toys and so forth. So suddenly I had this huge influx of male toys that I could play with, and I actually got to sample, and actually give my feedback on them. So that was the joke that it came from, is that I was the guinea penis. I got to try out a bunch of, men's toys.
Gotcha.
For AVN.
I like it. I like it.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, I still have like a harem of real, God, what are they? The fleshlights. I still got like 3 or 4 fleshlights sitting in my end table drawer.
You sound like Chris O.C. That's great. Also joining us tonight, we've got a big show tonight. Also joining us, and we'll get to why in a few minutes here. But it is the lovely, the one and only. It is Berries and Cream. Berries, hello.
Hi, Sleepy. What's up?
Not much. How are you?
Oh, I'm okay.
Yeah, great.
I got Animal Crossing, and I'm playing it all day, every day, forever.
Oh, you probably have nothing else to do.
So
right?
happy.
Oh, good.
That's so G-rated.
Good. We've got a happy
Nothing
Berries.
else. I'm so depressed.
Isn't Animal Crossing designed to like teach you about crushing debt?
Probably.
I think it's more like learning how to live with debt.
Oh, learning how to live with debt. That's the whole thrust of Animal Crossing, except it's with cute little animals.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's educational.
Oh, good. They're
It's
hitting
worth
it.
the money. $60 on Switch.
I know.
Like a
my daughter wants to get it, and I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure if it'd be good, but she could probably use a little fiscal responsibility teaching.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of games teach children life lessons. For example, Pokemon. It teaches you how to run a dog fighting ring.
She's not wrong.
I mean,
No.
She's right on target.
Right on. Yep. It's gonna be fun tonight. All right. So the reason we're here tonight, everybody, is because if you couldn't tell in the last, what is it, Ray? Last 20 something? No, 76. We had Elisa. So the last, Ray, do the math for me. It was probably somewhere like 25 or 35 episodes. I don't know. I've had this fascination with adult film stars who. No, that's not the right way to put it. I don't know how to put this. Anyways, Angus, the reason you're here tonight is because I'm fascinated by you. I think what you and Swiney do is absolutely amazing. And it goes to show that in 2020 or whenever it was that he started with his current website, is that, you don't have to be You don't have to be a big, a chiseled out of stone person, a young stud. You know what I'm saying? You could be anybody, and you can make wonderful pornography. Yeah. And all it takes is a sense of charm and a willingness to do things with other people on camera, I guess, right? Is that what we're looking at now these days?
You're pretty much right on the head. I mean, that's kind of what Swiney wanted to do to begin with. You know, I mean, obviously he's a BHM, you know, along with me. And his idea was that, you know, for people to see us doing this kind of stuff that you usually see people like Manuel, you know, some other cut dude to do, you know, and knowing that we can do it too, you know, and we've hit a good stride, and a good amount of people can relate to that.
Now you said BHM
mission.
What does BHM stand for my uninitiated audience?
Big handsome man.
Big handsome man. I love it. Hear that, Ray? Big. Yeah.
I'd rather do that than just like fat dude.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Absolutely. So now Swiney, of course, he's an AVN Hall of Famer. We talked about that when he was on the show, and I was fascinated by that. And so Angus, where do you come from? Like, how did you get involved here? Did you have any prior experience before meeting Swiney, or were you a fan, or like, how did this all start?
Well, the only experience I had was watching a lot of porn. But the only experience I had before that was I had separated from my first wife, and I was, you know, kind of going back to sowing wild oats and so forth. And I met this woman on Adult Friend Finder, and what she liked to do, and we're going to get graphic here, she liked to have her mouth fucked while her husband, and I put husbands in quotation marks, filmed it.
As one
there
does.
was a camera set up that actually filmed it. Yeah, as one does. Yeah. I would see him as like some shadowy figure, you know, in another room with a bunch of video banks and everything like that. I figure I'm like big in Japan or something like that, you know, before I even started. Anyways, it didn't bother me performing in front of the camera, and you know, I'm a bit of a show off anyways. So the natural transition became that. When I met Tim, it was for I don't know if he had outlined it, Kelly Shibari Overloaded, where his former girlfriend Kelly Shibari, she did a bukkake, and I got into that. I was invited. Well, I applied to do that, and I got into it. We did it, and Tim was looking for people that were going to be there at the bukkake to see possibly to do other things, you know, and also to pull out a few extra guys. Right. But he was looking for a few extra guys to do like a gangbang scene for Kelly later on for the video also, and I was one of the guys. And I wound up being like the last man standing in a particular way. And he said I had the right attitude, and him and I got along really, really awesomely. So, you know, then he proposed that we do some boy girl stuff. And it's been like that ever since.
I wish everybody here could see the smile on my face right now, because this is exactly how I thought this all works out. This is fantastic. Oh, yeah. You know, I'm a bit of an exhibitionist, I'd say, probably. So it was a bit of a turn on to have the camera anyways. So, you know, and then I got to have sex with a bunch of different girls. It was great. Yeah. You live in the dream, right? There's a story I want to tell you, but I'm not going to tell you on the podcast. So maybe I'll DM you when I'm being annoying one day.
Okay.
Sorry, Ray. That's not for the pod here. However, okay. So how long ago? How long have you been making content with Swiney? And next question is, do you do your own content, or is it just purely with Swiney?
Okay, first question. We've been doing it since like 2011, like mid 2011. We did stuff during AVN this year, and that's been the last stuff I've done with him. We had a couple different scenes that we shot back in January. I think Swiney's still cutting them and so forth. As far as me doing my own content, no, but I've done content with other girls. Right. So there's that around here. You know, I've jumped in a few different times with girls that are friends of mine and so forth. You know, like I always joke about like Carla Lane, you know, performer Carla Lane.
Of course.
BB. Yes. She usually has these parties that I go to. And it usually winds up like she's recording stuff for Instagram or, a kick or whatever, getting content. So I usually get to be a stunt cock for that kind of stuff.
Nice.
In addition to, other things around. I don't normally seek it out a lot, but I got some friends and a lot of them, want me to chip in, so I'm happy to help when I can.
Do you also have, now you don't have to disclose what it is, but do you have a day job that keeps you funded, or is this like your only source of income?
Oh, I make absolutely no money off of this.
Oh, okay.
I have I have a day. Yeah,
Okay.
I have a day job.
So you do this for fun.
Yeah.
Nice.
I do this for fun, for kicks.
So
Absolutely.
literal stunt cock.
Yeah.
I love that term, by the way. That's amazing.
Yeah.
I know it's a great term. I love it. Yeah, I've been doing it for kicks, and for a hobby and so forth, because I can. So it's a good thing.
So let me just tell you, Angus, and this is why I wanted you here, because this is exactly how I thought it was going to be. You're living the dream, right? Of any guy who's into porn. Not that, Ray and I, spend our lives just watching porn all the time, we are, but
only 75 to 80% of it, right?
Especially these days.
That's it.
Yeah,
that's it.
I mean, you're out there. You applied to be in a bukkake. You got picked out by the producer, and now you make content with said producer, and you do it for fun. I mean, that's fucking amazing. Yeah. That's great. What's the application process for a bukkake? How does that go?
Well, let's see. There had to be a test. Like the usual.
Of course.
Yeah. There was the written test. No, just kidding. No, of course I had the, the regular test, and then it was just, like a NDA, not an NDA, just an agreement to actually have my image on the video.
Yep.
And, then showed up for it.
And that's it.
So it was no big long shank. It was just Kelly Shibari had set up this thing. It's like, she said, if like the women's Japanese soccer team had won their championship, that she would do the bukkake. But I think she was planning it anyways. This just gave her an excuse to get people in. Now, so it was a bunch of fans. And
were you a fan of Kelly's beforehand, or you read it in the newspaper? Like, I'm going to apply for this.
I'll actually be honest. My girlfriend told me about it.
Oh, no way.
Because she was friends with Kelly.
Oh, okay.
She was friends with Kelly.
Yeah, she was the
woman who's now my wife.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, ABN. Yeah, so she knew Kelly. I didn't meet Kelly until then. Then afterwards we became friends. We still talk every once in a while.
Right.
We see each other every once in a while.
Oh, that's fantastic. Ray and Perry, don't let me hog Angus, because if you have any questions, throw them in. Because I can do this. I can do this all night. I love this.
No, this is fascinating to get this. Like, so I don't know anything about you, like in detail, like this, Angus. So having Rem just ask these questions is fascinating to me just to hear it. So I'm fine hearing it, and I'll chime in once I get a little more info on you.
So, Swiney has a very unique way of filming, and he recently let me in to check out a lot of his content. And thank you, Swiney, for that. And it's very unique. It's it's a Gonzo sort of style where the first person camera and then camera set up on tripods. Not so much like getting close up on all the penetration. You know what I mean? Like Jessica Luss was a little disappointed in that when we talked last week. But everybody has different tastes. My question to you, Angus, is that now that you've done this with Swiney for 9 years now, how many disagreements have you and Swiney had over filming choices or scene setups or anything like that?
Well, you'll be disappointed for me to say that we have never had a disagreement.
Okay.
I consider it's his baby. It's his idea. He's very open to suggestion. There's been plenty of times where he's handed off a camera to me, mid scene, so I can because he trusts me to get footage.
Yeah.
But it's not like I've ever come up and said, "Oh, I have an idea to do this," and he says, "No, that's dog shit." We just kind of have a very loose scenario, but usually now it's been breaking down to just going for it. We don't even, a lot of times we don't even bother with any type of like narrative setup. It's just like, hey, we even usually do the interviews at the end where we're supposed to be doing the opening.
Yeah, I noticed that. The interviews happen at the end. But that's exactly how Ray and I work these days. We just, we don't talk, we just go for it. Yeah. Yes. We just tag team the podcast.
Yeah, man, we tag team the girls. No, we've never but him and I really sync up. We actually kind of like really sync up a lot with the way we see and view things. I mean, obviously I didn't say what I do, but I kind of work in the entertainment industry in my day job. So, it's not like I'm unaware. I always just have other things to keep in mind, and I try and help him out as far as like taking camera duties or something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, the way he has it set up is, we do have because it's all three of us and we don't have a camera operator. That's why we got like that standard, tripoded off camera. And it's probably two, so he has stuff to cut away, and occasionally we'll pick up one, and I'll get in for a close-up of something, or he'll do the same thing if I'm in the middle of it and so forth. So, we try to add stuff, but there's never been a point where either of us, have actually butted heads over anything. And I kind of like, it's Tim's big baby. It's Tim's baby, so I try and help cultivate that more than anything else,
Right. And you literally are the stunt cock. That's amazing. Yeah, and that's basically Ray. That's Ray's job these days. He's the stunt cock. So
yeah,
there you go, Ray. There you go. You just get up here and do what I tell you. Yeah, stick it in.
They get lit on fire.
Yeah,
jump motorcycles
that
across
microphone,
large
bitch.
gaps.
Do it.
Oh yeah.
So
edit that piece out.
Yeah.
Edit that piece out.
Has there been? How do I want to ask that? Okay, so we had Bella Benz on many episodes ago, though the episode, Ray, was too hot to air. It was definitely no audio
way
problems.
Too hot.
Just way too hot
Super
to air.
steamy.
No problems whatsoever.
Way
Just
too
the
hot.
lawyers got involved and said we couldn't air it. So when we asked Bella if she ever got noticed at her day job, she had mentioned that she did get noticed. So do you ever get noticed by other people, or are you able to stay low profile?
Let's see. I've been able to stay low profile.
Yeah.
I've never had an incident where someone I work with say, "Hey, I saw you doing that." I've told some people, close friends and so forth that I trust and confident and so forth. But, we're such a small operation and such niche market that it would be very unlikely, unless there's certain people that prescribe, that have that particular niche that they want to, that they'd ever have a chance of actually seeing me in a movie.
Right. Are there,
in content.
Are there people in the industry, like when you go to something like AVN or whatever conventions there might be, Exotica or whatever, who look down on you and Swanee and your type of entertainment?
I've never gotten anybody looking. Yeah, I've never ever gotten anybody copping attitude towards me.
Good.
Tim may say Tim's more deeply entrenched in the business,
right.
And the politics and all of that. So I know he's butted heads, but I'm basically a type of guy that actually everybody gets along with anyways. But no, I've never really gotten bad attitude. I mean, I actually know a lot of people in the industry, and everyone's been cool. And,
Are there a lot
at
of
least to me
other people who have day jobs as well when you go to like the Avian and stuff like that?
Yeah, there's definitely like the lower tier performers and so forth. I mean, there's like I said, Bella Ben, she has a day job. My friend Danny Dawson, she has a day job. There's a lot of Carla has a day job. Carla has like 2 day jobs or something like that.
Wow.
So everybody. I think at a certain level, you're not making really enough. Once you crest over something, then you can actually start doing that as a regular thing. But I think like a lot of people at like my level are actually earning a living doing their, other things.
Well, so my question then is it because they haven't made it, if you will, to make it their career, or because they just enjoy doing it as like a side gig for extra money?
I think a lot of them enjoy doing it as a side gig.
Okay.
Extra money, that kind of thing. Someone like Carla, she's got the game plan, and she's worked really hard to get where she is. And she's kind of the most top visible, of the BBWs at the moment, but she's worked really hard to get there. And even her, and a lot of other people, there's not a lot of them that can actually just continuously make this as a living, or you got to do so many different things, constantly hustling with OnlyFans and Patreon, and your Kick and all that kind of stuff. And it just, I don't know, not everybody can make enough to do it.
Yeah, it's true.
Though a lot of girls are keeping their head above water doing it too. So
yeah, that's a whole fascinating conversation to have one day about that, making lifestyle, making a living out of this business. But the more fascinating conversation I want to have one day, I don't know if it'll be with you, Angus, or with Swiney or somebody else we find, but the switch we made in adult films, going from productions to more homemade gonzo type stuff. And now everything seems homemade. You don't see too many productions these days. Like Wicked Pictures isn't putting out these huge, Asia Carrera's Appassionata. That's not a thing anymore. All the movies they tried to make in the late 90s.
Yeah.
Right. They don't do that anymore. And we've switched over to, I'm going to hold a camera and we're going to have sex, or my friend over there is going to hold the camera and we're going to have sex, and we're just going to, nothing involved. We're just going to go do it because you're hot, I'm hot, and I want to come. So I wonder, back when that transition was happening, late 90s, early 2000s, mid 2000s, I wonder if my question, where I asked if anybody looked down on you, I wonder if that was if there was too many words here I'm trying to get here, but from the upper echelon of adult looking down upon those up and coming creators who are doing that type of stuff, not necessarily the big productions. So I don't know how much knowledge you have from, going back in the day, but that's a conversation, Ray. Keep that in the back of your head. I want to have with somebody one day. Yeah. Cause that's the whole thing's just the transition, from home video to internet. It's just a huge shift and a huge swing in the industry.
And it was, when it was home video, there was so much money being made, from all different studios, and there was a wide spectrum of production value. You had like the high stuff. I love, by the way, you name checked Asia Carrera. I loved Asia Carrera.
Yeah.
But like the really high end stuff from like Wicked or one of the big studios all the way down. And then like Gonzo came in like the mid to late 90s or something. That became like the style du jour and so forth. But the distribution channels have changed, and that's what's changed everything. And I don't know, I think it's happened so gradually that either everybody transitioned or got out.
Right.
Or at least have come up with some sort of reckoning in dealing with it. Actually, it's interesting. My wife was researching a story for AVN where she's talking to some of the male performers, because the female performers, they have their webcams, they got their cam sites, they got all the, OnlyFans, everything that they got, those are the girls, and guys are always going to pay money to like look at the chick they so desire. Not so much the guys. So it's questionable how, some of the guys are doing in this time when nothing's being made. So it's interesting. It's an interesting thing she's researching right now.
Yeah, it's a whole project we want to talk about. No, go ahead, Ray. I'm sorry.
It sounds like something like when you're talking about like sperm donors and stuff. Like they don't really pay guys that much because guys are like, oh yeah, I'll do that. Whereas like egg donors, they're like, yeah, that's actually not as easy, and obviously people aren't as willing. So I would say, in like supply and demand, simple economics, right? Like you ask a guy like, hey, you want to be in some porn? He's like, how many are going to be like, do you want to have sex with this lady for free, and we'll film it, and you might get a couple bucks. They'll be like,
absolutely,
yeah. Like how many guys are going to say no, right? So it seems like that, but there's got to be somebody out there that's popular amongst the ladies, right? Like what do ladies do? Berries?
Oh, there's yeah, Berries. Haven't heard from you at all today.
Hi. I'm very embarrassed, if I'm being honest.
I was gonna say, so
we're all friends here, Berries. Come on.
Yeah, when was the last time you were filmed in threesome, Berries?
I'd ask Swick's dad about that.
Oh, okay. We could get him on next week.
The only thing he is on is on a ventilator.
Yeah. So I'm glad you brought Berries up, Ray, because Berries is here for a very special reason. Not only, she's always here because she's lovely. But Berries is currently in search of a new daddy to fuck. And when I say fuck, I don't mean get fucked. I mean actually fuck with their massive dick. So Berries, I figured it would be appropriate if we had an actual real life porn star on, and you could ask maybe some questions on how to attract a dad that you could penetrate and tear apart. Maybe he would know what to look for in a quality partner.
Here's the thing. When you approached me about questioning, I brought very different questions.
No.
For example, my first question was, how old were you when you snapped your first dad in half?
Ooh.
Yep.
I don't think I'm going to get an answer to that.
Well, you might. Go ahead and add. Angus, how old were you when you snapped your first dad in half? Oh.
Gee, I'm still haven't snapped my first dad in half.
Okay. So you did get an answer.
Oh, for shame. And you call yourself a professional. The next one was, how many holes does a dad have?
I would count 2, but that's just that's just taking an educated guess.
That's false. The number is infinite if you have a knife.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, Barry's
count.
Barry's officially scary.
Yeah, Barry's
officially scary.
she gets dark really, really quick.
It's a flip of the switch.
So Barry's, just to clarify, you have a big strap on you like to use?
No, my cock is 6'5".
Oh, okay.
With lots of power. His name is Stanley.
Okay. It's your boy.
Have you ever prolapsed a dad's ass so hard that he has had to use his prostate as a fanny pack? These are these are the questions that I brought.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I love it. I love that we give you this opportunity to inhabit.
They're legitimate questions.
Yeah, and we're giving you a platform here. No other show does this. So
He hasn't answered my last question, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Oh, about the prolapse?
Yeah.
No, I haven't.
The next one was, what's your dad like?
Am I missing something on the whole dad thing?
Yeah, you're missing the inside joke.
I'm missing the inside joke. Okay, I feel better about that now then. I wasn't entirely sure, but yeah, there's some sort of inside joke that I didn't catch here. No, yeah. How is Stanley? Is he like your Chewbacca to your Han Solo or something here?
No, he's that's just what I call my dick.
Well, we all have names for him, don't we, guys?
Yeah.
My next
At least we did at
question-
some point in our life. Go ahead. Yeah.
My next question was, what's the weirdest thing you've done with a dad? I'm so sorry about these questions.
Yeah.
I wish I was prepped a little bit better, Rem.
I mean, I never said that he was, he was into dad fucking. I just said you could ask him questions about fucking dads.
Yeah, I almost feel bad that I don't have any good answers for these, but I'm more into the MILF type of thing.
Angus, let me...
do you want my answer?
Yeah, go ahead, babe.
Yeah, let's hear your answer.
Recently, I punctured Zwick's dad's lung with my cock.
Okay.
And they thought he had corona, but it turns out that the fluids in his lungs is just my cum.
Oh, Jesus. Angus, let me let you into the genesis of this. Is that one day we had a guest on our show, and he's a friend in a fellow podcast. He's a friend of ours, and we were talking to him, and it turns out that he actually followed my mother on Twitter, and I thought that was weird. So I called into their show, and I said, "Hey, it's kind of weird that this guy follows my mom on Twitter. I don't know how that happens, And then that turned into those guys on that show, Not for Human Consumption podcast, wanting to get fucked by my father because they thought that was funny. Yeah. So
you can see how the conversation degenerated.
Yeah.
A lot of podcasts.
I told them because they were talking about my mom and wondering how hot she was. I'm like, yeah, you know what? Well, my dad one time in a fit of road rage pulled a guy over who flipped him off, pulled him out of his window and broke his finger. And they got so turned on by that it became a whole thing about wanting to fuck my dad, which is so weird. Or get fucked by my dad. Yeah. And so it morphed into this whole thing, and now Barry's is the one who's fucking the dads with her own massive cock.
Barry's just taking it and run with it.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
It was just me and my friend Zwick, who is a podcast editor, so everybody knows him in the sphere. And we were just talking shit to each other, and then he weakly said, "Well, I'm gonna fuck your dad," and then I was just like, "I'm gonna turn your dad inside out." And then
I get it.
I'm gonna fuck his inside skin.
Yeah.
With my tongue shaking around and then turn him back right side out.
This is just the kind of stuff, the kind of jokes you make with your friends.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
Yes.
Good wholesome entertainment. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
It's like the 21st century equivalent of your mama jokes.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, but more violent.
Yeah, with a more violent, darker, kinky edge to them. But, something along the same line.
This is what happens when people are cooped up indoors too long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the
Yeah.
Rich Dickman Show. We're all about bringing people together. From porn stars to dad fuckers. So it's going to be, it's great. Yeah. So Angus, let me ask you here. I'm curious. Feel free to tell me to fuck off. Okay. But
Okay.
You're out there. You're making content with Swiney, and you're appearing in other films with these beautiful ladies. And your wife is the one who got you into the bukkake with Kelly Shibari. Now, do you have an open relationship? Is your wife out there with other dudes, or are you guys swingers? Or
no.
Okay.
No, she's not in. Yeah, it's not her thing.
So your wife allows you to go play, and she does not.
Within certain prescribed parameters.
Okay.
Like I said, like Carla's parties. Carla's a friend and so forth, and she has these parties like 2 times a month, or she did before civilization was started collapsing.
Yeah.
And I usually, if I wasn't I'd go to the parties and so forth. So because I still got a higher libido, and she's okay with it because I tell her. And I give her the details about it and so forth. And, it's kind of a control situation.
Right.
So, she isn't worried about me running off with anybody.
Well, of course.
And I'm getting my nut because I want to get my nut more. She wants to get her nut nowadays.
Yeah.
So, that's kind of the way it is.
We're good friends with another podcast called The Priory Society, and they are a couple of real life swingers. So we're very versed, Ray and I, in the swinging lifestyle. And I'm trying to get Ray get into it with them because they're all out in California. I think you are too. So yeah, a whole bunch of you in California.
Yeah.
And I'm over here, stupid ass Connecticut. I can't hang out with anybody because my state sucks. But yeah, so I was curious about that. So yeah, thank you for answering. Thank you very much for answering that.
Yeah, of course.
How is this this current coronavirus nonsense? How is this affecting your life and the adult world in general? To your knowledge, do you think?
Well, like I said, a lot of girls have just been knocked down to just doing their camming, and cultivating their sites. But there's only so much content you can make by yourself. Or, with like your significant other. No one's really taken any dangerous steps, at least not in the business, as far as I know.
Yeah.
Everybody's being cool. Everybody's, and some people, like, they'll have spouses or, whatnot that don't perform on camera.
Yeah.
So,
and they're stuck.
What did I say? Well, like Carla. I mean, she has a husband and she has a boyfriend. I'm friends with both of them. And her boyfriend is Mo Reese, and he does stuff. He has his own website or cam site and so forth. So they do content, but eventually, people might get tired of just seeing her fuck Mo.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right.
At least in the near time, and her husband doesn't perform. Her husband doesn't perform. So it's really put a damper on that, but it's put a damper on everything. In the same respect, like I said, I work connected to the entertainment industry, and things started to shut down before we even had the general orders, to actually quarantine and so forth. So productions were shutting down left and right, like a week and a half before it became official, and we were told to do that. A lot of shows were either finishing up or just decided to drop the last week or last 2 weeks of shooting or something like that.
Yeah.
So everything's at a fucking standstill.
I've got an idea then. All right.
Oh yeah.
So you take over some sort of, I don't know what it is, kick everybody out of some little village, something like that. You take over the place, only let people in that are cleared. They confirmed no cases. All right. So you get all those people there, but only porn stars are allowed in there. And you got to find some little like housing development, like kind of like The Walking Dead where they found that place, but you just let them in and then you enclose it off. It's self-sustaining, and then you'd be the only people making new content. You got to corner the market right there.
It's a porn star Corona camp, man. That's awesome.
Yes.
It's a brilliant idea.
Yeah.
It's logistically a nightmare, but it's a brilliant idea.
Ray, you work in construction. Get going on that, man. You got Angus here.
Yes.
Hook up with Swiney, and then you're good to go. Love it.
I actually do have
where your mouth is.
I actually do have an in on that, but I can't say it on the air because it might give away too much. But yeah, we could talk later. I actually might be able to make something like that happen. I'm not even kidding. But yeah.
Jesus, Ray, put your dick away. My God. What's the matter with you?
No, we do stuff. We do stuff that's that has to do with we do work in hospitals and things like that. So we could actually build something that could that would fit that mold.
You would need a doctor though to test everybody.
Like legitimately.
Yeah.
Like we could actually make something like that. I swear to God. That'd be amazing.
So I'm sure Brazzers Eviction would want to pump money into that.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Brazzers Coronavirus Free House.
Yeah.
Yes. Brazzers House Coronavirus Free Volume 10 or something.
Brazzers
but everything's
Bang
at
Bus.
standstill.
Yeah.
I mean, just imagine if this thing drags out for like 3 months. I mean, there's a lot of porn out there, but
you're gonna run out.
Whatever niche people are looking at, like whatever you're into, at some point you're gonna get bored, and you'll take it up a notch as everyone does. But you're gonna hit the end of the rope, but sooner or later. So if you're the only person making new content, I mean, you have a full on, you got that market cornered.
You got some attention. You definitely got some attention.
Yeah.
Supply and demand. Back to simple economics.
doesn't have 3 months of content filmed, right? They're going to run out in 2 weeks. So,
yeah, they'll run out in 2 weeks.
God damn.
And then it's always bringing new people in, but there's a lot of content. There isn't enough content that if everybody's seen everything, I guess they just have to rewatch their favorite scenes.
Yeah, they can remaster, or they can do like what they're doing on the Food Network, where the hosts watch.
Right.
They watch the show, like Guy Fieri's Tournament of Champions, in order because they have no content anymore. Like they're filming Guy Fieri and his son watching the Tournament of Champions leading up to the finale last night. It was crazy.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Hey, or a new spin on this idea. Here's a new spin: is you find people that are in a housing development or something along those lines that is quarantined, and you just enlist them conscription style into making porn. It's even better.
Okay, guys, here you go. You guys got to do this and this, and them and them.
Yeah,
you just show up and take it over.
Okay, here.
See,
we're doing it for
Go
America
to a hospital and get all the corona patients to do it because they're not going to be living.
Yeah,
for
there
long
you go.
Anyway.
You're just out front. You're out front of the hospitals in like a hazmat suit, handing out your business card. Like, hey, you guys can't spread it, so go down here and make some extra bucks.
Go ahead, bring your ventilator too.
You guys can't spread it, but you sure can spread your legs.
that's right.
There we go. Tagline.
She should write the ad copy here.
Oh, she's.
I think I've got
Oh yeah.
I've got a future.
I'm a professional comedy writer. My Netflix special is coming out 2021, where I stand on stage. Half of the dialogue is Amy Schumer's last special, and then the other half is Michelle Obama's most recent speech.
Guaranteed to piss off everybody.
Yes. Perfect. Love it. Aren't you glad you're spending this evening with us, Angus? This is, I'm sure, not what you expected.
This is entertaining as hell. It's so different from what I've been doing most evenings.
What have you been doing most evenings?
In the last couple of weeks.
Playing video games?
I know.
Yeah, I do. I've been playing a lot of Fortnite, and I just got Control, the video game Control.
Yeah.
That was like a big game from last year or something. So I just started playing that. Mm-hmm. But just recently, my wife and I binge watch all of Twin Peaks.
The original?
For the first time ever. The original and the return.
No shit.
Showtime.
Wow.
So all 3 seasons.
If you guys are looking for shows, I have a few recommendations if you have Hulu.
Oh, yeah, we got Hulu.
Better Off Ted and Stan Against Evil.
Oh, I love both of those shows.
Oh, I've never talked to another person that's seen them both.
Oh,
Do you play Animal Crossing? Can we be best friends?
sure. Yeah, well, I'd have to get Animal Crossing, but yeah, Stand Against Evil.
Excited.
Shit, has there been a new season recently of Stand Against Evil?
I think there's a season. I know the show is done with, but there is. I'm pretty sure there are 4 seasons.
Okay, because I think I only saw 2, maybe the 3rd season. I might have lost track of it with some other stuff going on. I'll definitely have to pick it back up because that show was actually just.
I love that show. It's one of my favorites.
Yeah, it was hysterical. Actually, there's a lot of the same people behind both of those shows. Better Off Dead and Stand Against Evil. Yeah, the comedic sensibility. But some of the creative people behind there's the same creative people behind both of those shows.
I can't remember what the daughter's name is, but she's my favorite because I love her clothes.
What was her name? Barry something? Not Barry's. No, I remember. No. With her glasses. Like I said, it's been maybe a good 18 months or something. I've seen it, so I have to pick it back up. Yeah, Stand Against Evil is fantastic, and I saw a lot of Better Off Ted. That was actually quite a funny show. It deserved a lot better than what it got as far as attention goes. But thank you for the suggestions.
Oh yeah, you're welcome.
Good.
Letterkenny's also really good if you've seen it.
Which one?
Community.
Oh, I love Community.
Or Letterkenny. Oh, sorry, Letterkenny.
I love Community. I watched every season, even
Me
one
too.
that Dan Harmon, which wasn't nearly as good as the stuff with Dan Harmon, of course.
Yeah. Or did you watch the Yahoo season?
Yeah, I watched the Yahoo season. Yeah, man, wasn't that Yahoo video interface that blew? It
6
was
seasons
terrible.
and a movie, damn it.
Yeah, it was. Oh God, it was terrible. It would constantly crash on me and everything. It was like right in the middle of Joe McHale making just a funny bit, and then the whole thing crashes. It was ridiculous.
No, Ray.
But I went through it and I loved it.
When I say the Rich Dickman Show brings everybody together, I'm not kidding.
Yes.
Yes.
In totally unexpected ways.
Yeah. Angus and Barry's are just the sweetest fucking people I've ever met in my life out over the internet. And this is fantastic. I can sit here and listen to them talk about TV for the next 45 minutes.
Yeah, we could if you get us go off.
I have more dick questions though,
tangents.
so I gotta ask more dick questions if you don't mind.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go for it.
No problem.
No.
All right. So Angus, speaking of things you're going to be doing in the evenings now, you gave me your phone number, so you're going to be texting me nonstop because I'm annoying as shit. So I'm sorry. But so let's say coronavirus goes away and we get back to business, okay? And Swiney lines up a couple ladies to film. Does he text you and be like, hey, Maple, let's get to work on this Saturday? Or does he call? Like, is it text? How do we arrange the shoots here?
He would hit me up like a little bit ahead of time. He'd say, well, I can get, I have a couple girls that want to do, that want to perform or whatnot. We should work out a time. And, with my business, my day job, sometimes it's not consistent. It's not predictable. So there's times where I may be working or times I may not be working. It kind of depends. But, we'll usually carve out like maybe 4 days or something, and I'll go down to Vegas and then we'll shoot a bunch of the content, hang out, bullshit, that kind of stuff. And, then I'd come back.
Do you stay
that's usually how it's been going.
Do you stay at his house or do you have to get a hotel?
Most of the time I crash at his place.
Okay. It's not the same bed.
He's got a very comfortable couch.
Yeah. Okay. You're not sleeping in the bed y'all are fucking in.
Yeah. No. I'm just sleeping on the couch that we fuck on.
Gotcha. Okay. That's even better.
Yeah.
Okay. Again, Ray, what is it with me when I'm asking porn stars questions and I preface it with, tell me to fuck off?
So let me ask this. So
okay,
as you guys are getting set up, okay, one time I was in a photo shoot. This is the closest I've been to being in a porn as I imagine it. So we drive down to LA and we go to this person's house. That's a fairly nice little house in this neighborhood. And show up. And now this is like a family shoot. So it's like me, my wife, and my two, at the time, just my 2 girls. I have a boy now. But it's for like a clothing line. And so we all, they do hair and makeup for them, and they just tell me to put some clothes on. They don't really care about my hair and makeup. So anyway, but there's another couple there, and there's another, or actually two other couples there. And so it's like taking turns with a photographer, and we're going through different rooms and stuff. And they're like, oh, setting up. Is that how an actual shoot goes? Or you just kind of like show up and then like nothing's really planned? It's kind of what I was getting at. Or is there like an actual itinerary?
No, there's not really an itinerary. I know exactly what you're saying. I mean, that's like planning ahead and you got certain goals. I mean, Tim's been doing it for so long that he just has a handle on what he wants. And also very limited in where we can shoot. Occasionally there's a hotel room rented. A lot of times we'll shoot at Tim's place and so forth. So at the moment we're kind of limited with options, so we can't get too crazy as it is. But, he sets it up. He has his lights set up. He'll have his cameras and he'll get the footage ready and so forth. We'll do some, maybe some quick tests for, light and color balance and so forth. Then it's pretty much a go, because it's Gonzo. So it's not like it really needs to have a lot of advanced preparation.
Gotcha.
We just all need to kind of, occasionally there'll be a little bit of a warm up, just to get ready and so forth. Then we usually, a lot of times, the ideal thing, like we do with Jessica Lust and, several other girls we've done several scenes with, repeated scenes with, we'll hang out for a bit. Maybe we'll go out to lunch or something like that. And then we'll usually do another scene.
Oh my God.
And everybody's relaxed, we try and cultivate a comfortable environment for the ladies more than anything else, so a nice hangout vibe kind of thing. And, but it's, there isn't a lot of advanced preparation, as far as that.
So this photo shoot, like somebody picked up like Panera or something like that. And then, they had like a little hammock outside. Like, could I just say that I was into porn, but not say that it was G-rated or something like that? Like, could I maybe make that? Is that too far of a stretch?
It's the internet, Ray. You can say whatever you want.
Well, as long as
I can embellish this enough, right? Yeah.
Yeah, you can embellish however you want. As long people keep asking you stuff, you just have to keep making stuff up.
Yeah. So I was in a porn with two other couples.
Yeah, there you go.
I only have one question.
Okay.
Sure.
So when you're doing your productions and stuff, do they have like a nice snack table with like cookies and stuff?
Not us. I mean, I'm sorry, no craft service. I mean, we have Tim
so
always has,
lame.
but very, we're kind of a very loose type of thing. It's not like a heavy duty production.
They get together and they fuck and they record it.
I've been on some other sets.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but like, I don't know, like some carrot sticks, like something.
Well, he'll have some, potato chips and some other things around.
It's Gatorade and weed berries. So forth, come on.
Snack cakes or whatnot.
I subsist off of cupcakes, so
there you go. Hostess cupcakes, right?
Oh, the chocolate ones.
I mean, if it was
with milk,
I like
oh my
to
God.
bake more.
Oh,
there you go.
If it was
cupcakes with milk,
my porn production, it would just be whatever's in the abandoned house that we were filming in. Like,
like you got
That's because you're lazy.
Yeah, the dead hobo over there.
It's not lazy to break into a house.
Yeah.
It's not lazy.
Well, it's lazy not to bring any food with you.
You gotta scout it out. No, you gotta scout it out.
Look at you not caring about your employees.
You gotta scout it out and make sure they're on vacation. Make sure that they left and got on the plane at the airport. Like all that stuff. I mean, you gotta. There's a little.
But you're not even gonna feed what? Not even a bag of potato chips, a cosmic brownie, even.
Oh,
we have some stuff. He usually has some stuff sitting
for you.
I think he has some stuff sitting around, and like I said, like usual, we go out afterwards. We go to a pizza joint or hamburgers or whatever. So
I apologize for my outbursts. I'm very hungry.
You're thinking of the cupcakes. I get it.
Angus, I just have a couple more questions for you.
Okay.
And this is where I'm going to tell you. If you need me to if you did something to fuck off, go ahead, and I won't take offense to it. But
sure.
The first time Swiney said to you, and I've done a lot of research. Okay, so forgive me. I'm very well versed in the content. I've done a lot of research.
Lots of research.
But the first time Swiney said to you, we're both going to shove our dicks into this chick's mouth. And then and she's mashing your two penises together. Is it peni or penises? What was that like? Were you taken aback at first, or was that uncomfortable, or were you just no problem? I don't mind smashing my dick in this other guy's dick and putting it in this chick's mouth.
It's kind of the later, mainly because I was in the chick's mouth.
Okay, all right. That's kind of what I thought.
That's what I was primarily what I was focusing on.
Right.
I mean, we've actually done some double vag too.
Yeah.
So
is that uncomfortable? Like, does that hurt you?
It's awkward.
Yeah.
It's awkward more than anything else, you know, because I mean, you've seen Tim, he's significantly girthier than me at the very least. So it's kind of hard to stay in if he's in. Even when we're doing like DP, sometimes it's hard if he's like in her vagina
he pops you out
and I'm in her ass.
Jesus Christ.
Sometimes.
God damn.
We've got it worked out now where, you know, we work it out good. Like I usually go in first, and that makes it a lot easier.
Yeah. But
sometimes it was always harder if he was in first, and it was hard. It would be harder to get in. But he's significantly bigger. That's what it is. But essentially, it's like I'm sort of touching this other guy's dick, but we're both in a girl's mouth, and she's blowing both of us. So
yeah, all right, that's
kind of evens out.
Yeah, I gotcha. Have you? Yeah. Two questions here. Number one, have you ever cummed on him by accident? And two, did you immediately apologize afterwards?
Yeah. Yes and yes.
Told you, Ray.
Yes, the term friendly.
Yeah, we're not alone, Rem.
The term friendly fire has come into play once or twice.
Whoops a daisy.
No, you're supposed to go full alpha and then spit in his eye and not apologize.
Berries, you are my new favorite person.
Thank you.
Bringing people together.
Have you thought of doing kids parties?
No, they won't let her do kids parties anymore.
Yeah, I can understand why. Yeah, there has been.
I can bake a nice cake for them, though.
She has to deliver it from 50 feet away.
There has been the occasional friendly, but yeah, only once or twice. And yeah, there's been apologies, and he's like, "Dude, whatever."
So
it looked good, you know. He's happy that it was a good shot.
Is there a reverse of that where you're just like, "What the fuck are you doing, Tim?" Like, or are you cool with it too?
What do you mean?
Like,
in terms of like, he's never a friend.
He's never.
No, he's never
come
friendly fired me.
Oh, okay.
No. I usually try and keep a wide berth, and he's definitely aiming for mouth and face of
something.
The girl,
yeah,
or tits or whatever it is.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So does that mean? Does that mean that as you think it's getting toward the end, and he's about ready to, you're like, okay, looking for the signs so you can get out of the way?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or at least being wary so I can do a dodge, you know?
Yeah.
Personally, I like to aim for the open wounds.
Stay on brand, Barry. That's the way to go. Stay on brand. You know, a lot of times when it comes to the money shot, you know, it's very, you know, like we have a second to get organized and reset the shot. So, you know, it's like, you know, the money shot will be like the girl will have a chance to get on her knees or something, and we'll both jerk off in her face or something like that. So there's not a point where it goes, you know, it kind of loses control and loses aim, as it were. You know, it's happened to me once or twice just because, you know, like I had less experience and so forth, and I was ready to just nut.
Yeah.
Without, you know, like as he uses the term cheese ball. So there's been a couple times with that. But ideally, it's like we reset the shot before we have the money shot anyways. And that's, you know, because you want to get that.
That's what I love about Swiney's content is that when he's ready to go, like he'll just go. Like, he just, you know, oh, there it is. Sorry.
Oh yeah, and he's like, that's his.
I'm honestly picturing, like, with what you were describing, I'm picturing do you know about people in the Midwest and the Mideast?
The Midwest
like
and the
Mideast? Like if you're trying to get past somebody, like them going like op, just let me just trying to get past you there.
Oh, just trying to get past you there.
Okay, I'm just trying to get past you there, right? Oh, okay. No, it's never. I don't know. Move to the side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mind the gap.
Yeah.
Mind the gap. Yeah.
That's what I say to Ray. It's like, get down. And then boom.
Yeah. I mean, ideally, we try and do it at the same time. You know, ideally, we try and get the nuts at the same time. Doesn't usually work.
Yeah. So to use an analogy that maybe is relevant to Rem's area of the country, is this like, you know, a quarterback and a receiver? They're like, man, those guys have such good timing on their routes. Like it's a bang, bang. Like Tom Brady, he just knows when Julian Edelman's going to hit his break. So like that kind of thing where like you guys have done this enough times where you can kind of look at each other, do a little wink, and then like, bam, here it comes. 5, 4,
3.
Yeah.
We understand each other well enough that we know when it's going to happen and when not.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of times Tim, I can still fuck the pop as the term is. Tim, sometimes he needs to actually stop fucking and like just stroke himself off. But, when we got a good groove and we're both like, close and so forth, we understand. Both of us are. I mean, I know his signals and I know my signals and he knows my signals. So
just like us, right?
We know if it's going to get close.
Yeah, just like us.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is fantastic.
You work with someone long enough, you get to know, on a subconscious level. So,
Angus, is this all part of Swiney's master plan to get me in the industry?
Sure.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, he told me that was it.
Yeah, awesome. Told you, Ray.
He wanted you to be brought into this right away.
Yeah, you probably don't know this. Obviously, you don't know this because you haven't listened before, and that's fine, no problem. But part of my new contract is I have to create an adult production in the next 50 episodes. Otherwise, I get fired. So I got to figure this one out. So I'm glad I'm making new friends. Angus, this has been wonderful and enlightening. And you have been a wonderful guest. So thank you so much for coming on tonight. Please tell us what's in your future, what's coming up once we get past the coronavirus, and where can we see more of you or hang out with you or talk to you more? Now's your time.
Well, I'll always be available. I love doing podcasts. So if you want to bring me on some other time to just talk about something else completely different, that's fine too. After all this silliness ends, I'm sure I'll be out to see Tim in Vegas and we'll be doing content. We got several girls that are wanting to perform with us, and also just girls that Tim has been cultivating and talking to, and like everyone's going to be raring to go as far as making new content.
It'd be buckets and gallons.
Buckets and gallons. As soon as the opportunity arises, I'm sure that's going to happen. But once everything goes back to normal, my day job is probably going to take up a lot of my time too. Everything's probably going to hit fast forward.
Yeah.
Too. But we'll get it. When everything calms down and gets back to normal, I'll definitely be going back out to Vegas and doing more stuff with Tim.
Fantastic. And your Twitter is,
but
you're at Guinea Penis on Twitter. And let me get the right site here. And Swiney's site is at swineyspro-am.c4slive.com. I'll put all this stuff on the webpage. You guys can check it out. Barry's your last chance to talk to Angus.
I don't really have anything to ask. I'll give you my code.
You dropped out so all I heard was give me my code. Or I'll give you my code.
Yeah.
Your Switch code.
Okay.
if you're
I'll
on the
follow
Switch.
you on Twitter.
Okay. Actually, I don't have a Switch, so I can't play Animal Crossing. My daughter has a Switch, but she hasn't gotten Animal. I forgot a minute there. Animal Crossing's only on Nintendo. I forgot that.
That's so sad.
My daughter wants to get it though, so if she does get it, I'll find out your code so we can become friends.
Oh, that's so much fun! I'll bring you flowers.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Can I be an octopus or something like that? I know you can be like a cute raccoon or something, but can you be an octopus?
Oh no, that's a character. You can get villagers.
You can get villagers and so. Well, does anybody here play Fortnite? Oh, probably not because none of you are 13 years old.
Yeah.
I have, sorry. And then I realized that it's for 13-year-olds.
I played like
2 rounds, and I was like, fuck this game. Yeah.
Actually, it's funny. Yesterday, one of my friends.
I'm of legal age, and nothing's wrong with me, so I don't play.
There you go.
I think it was yesterday. A friend of mine who's just a couple years younger than me, and I'm 50. And his buddy who's his age, like guys in like 48, 46, 50. We were playing Fortnite because I got my friend into it because he just got a PlayStation 4. So we had we got on a helicopter and we're flying around and we were just having a blast, like trying to gun people down and so forth. We were, eventually we got killed and probably by 10-year-olds, but we were actually having fun just hanging out, doing like Flight of the Valkyries kind of thing.
So, Angus, have you ever heard of World of Warcraft?
Yes.
Yes. I used to be a big deal in the World of Warcraft community. I don't know if you knew this. You probably didn't know this.
Were you Leroy Jenkins?
No, I wish. I wasn't that big of a deal. No, I had a pretty popular podcast that was WoW centric, and I like to tell all my guests because it makes me feel good. Angus, thank you so much. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was going to say I remember reading back in like the mid-aughts or so that the economy of World of Warcraft wasn't like the 28th biggest economy in the world or something like that.
Yeah, it was something ridiculous. Yeah,
it was something ridiculous.
They've used the game to do studies in the economy and like social distancing. Like what we're going through now is they did the blood plague. They had practice already, so it's all good.
Figures game designers are more prepared than our government.
Yeah, so. It's fantastic. Love it. Yeah, love all of it. All right, so Angus, thank you again. We'll talk again soon. I appreciate you coming on. This was a lot of fun. So
absolutely, anytime.
You're a star.
Yeah, it was a load of fun. Can't
wait to see your new stuff. Man.
Yeah, like I said, anytime. I can't wait to make new stuff. To be honest. Anytime you guys want to hit me up, for the podcast, it's great. Berries, thank you for terrifying me.
Wow, that's a high praise right there. That is high praise.
And you guys, please be safe, and we'll talk soon.
Absolutely. Yeah. Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, take care.
My new friend. I'm going to text you. You're going to hate me. So.
I'm jealous.
All right.
I'll send you weird pictures.
Oh, good. I like those. Nice. Very good. All right. Bye.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Later.
So, Ray, here we are. Angus was a treasure, and I'm so glad we did that.
Very wonderful person.
Yes. Berries, feel free to hang out. For real quick, because we started off hot with the guest, and I would be remiss if I did not mention everybody who reached out after episode 100 last week. Those of you who were in the chat room, and those of you who sent me messages offline, really appreciate it, and I really appreciate you guys listening through.
And those of us that fell asleep.
Yeah, and those of you that fell asleep.
My!
Berries was supposed to come say hi, and she was sleeping. But she told us about Mr. Porno Man. So, I mean, it's all good.
True. Yeah.
But thank you again. That was one of my favorite, probably one. Yeah, no, Ray, it was literally
so heartwarming.
One of the top 4 podcasts that I've done, number 100 there. So I appreciate you being part of that. So thank you. All right. We've got a few minutes left here, and let's talk about a couple things. Okay. We don't have our typical show lineup because actually, I'll be honest with you, everybody, I wasn't sure that we were going to do a show tonight because old Rem.
Because I was like, fuck this shit.
Yeah, Ray.
Fuck coronavirus.
Ray was getting a big head. Yeah. His ego was coming at me with lots of anger. And I was like, man, I don't know that I want to do this with you, Ray. I don't want to do this. But Jesus, the anxiety, Ray, the anxiety caused by all this nonsense was starting to get to me. Last 2 days, right? Like chest pains, like that type of shit. And, and I hate talking about anxiety because I feel so weak. I feel so weak talking about it, Ray. But I'm going to tell you the story because it's funny. So, I'm telling, my wife is stuck home with the kids, right? And so I'm telling her, my chest has been hurting. So she automatically thinks I got the corona, right? So I'm like, no, I don't have a fever. I don't have a cough. I can breathe fine. Just my chest,
corona.
Yeah, my chest hurts. I don't have the Rona. And so we figured it was probably anxiety. So she had these anxiety pills, the anti-anxiety pills. And she said, here, take one of these. I'm like, oh, okay. So because I love taking so many drugs, I popped it down without a question. And then I looked at her and I said, oh, how often do you take these? And she says, I don't. And I said, what do you mean? What do you mean you don't take them? She said, I took them once and I felt terrible for 2 days. So I never took them again. I'm like, oh, God damn it. And 45 minutes later, I was drooling on the couch and I could not get up for 3 hours. Yeah. And it wasn't until maybe 3 o'clock this afternoon. Remember, I took these about 6 o'clock last night. 3 o'clock this afternoon when I started feeling normal again. So I'm texting Ray, like, Ray, I think I'm dying. I don't know that I'm going to be able to do a show tonight. Yeah. This is going to be terrible. So, I mean, that's where we're at, man. It's like this shit, because I'm an essential employee like you. And I have to go in there every day and I have to motivate my people because, I'm the boss. I have to tell them they're all doing a great job and I have to make sure they have all the supplies to be safe. I have to make sure that everybody's doing the right thing and I got to make sure the kids are safe and the wife is safe and the house. It's nonstop. It's nonstop bullshit. I'm the one who has to do all the shopping because I'm the designated going out person. And it's taking its toll, man. So for all of you out there who are feeling the anxiety and the uncomfortableness from the nonsense we're going through right now, you're not alone. All right. You're not alone out there. We all feel it in some way. And if you need someone to reach out to, man, tweet the show and we're here for you. Okay. I mean that. And I do mean that from the bottom of my heart. This isn't Torn Think Tank where I'm being a big baby pussy about it. I'm saying is there's a couple real men and berries, 3 real men here who are telling you it's okay. And we're here for you. That's right.
Yeah. No, that's what it's crazy because everyone's going through something. It's affecting everybody. So that's the thing is like, I mean, there's a shortage of porn. That's the real issue right now.
Yeah, running out of porn.
Like coronavirus, like you're fucked up. Like we don't have enough porn to survive much longer. So everyone's suffering. Well, and that's the thing. Like, yes, we can get into the realism of it, but like everybody's affected by it and it sucks. So
Ray,
we just, everybody's got to band together.
I heard the Rona kind of takes its toll on your dick and balls, by the way. So you might not even need the porn if you get the Rona. Yeah. I don't have any substantial evidence to that. I just have circumstantial, that I've read a few things.
So then, okay. So what they're doing in California, construction is considered, some forms of construction considered essential infrastructure. Like these things, hospitals need to be built. Therefore, the job sites are open, but they try and screen people and make sure they're not coming onto the job site if they have coronavirus. Now they don't have actual coronavirus tests that they can administer before you walk through the job gate, but they do stuff like, hey, we've got a thermometer. If you're above 100.4 degrees temperature, then we'll say, you got one of the symptoms, which is the temperature. So what you're telling me is that maybe a more effective one is if they're like, hey, if you can jerk off, like no problem, because it would affect your dick and balls, then you don't have coronavirus. So if they don't have a thermometer, that's like plan B for screening people. Does that sound right? Yeah. I think this is a tried and true method already.
One of our new listeners, Burr in the chat room, says, I'm honestly, right. It does attack the dick and balls. So yeah, go ahead, Berries.
Honestly, I think that I'm lucky because, they say that the social distancing needs to be 6 feet.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I could still be 5 inches deep in a dad, no problem.
God, that's gross.
Oh man.
Yeah. Speaking of shortage of porn, thank you, Barry. Ray, if you check the notes, Twitter, Svensson, our new best friend Svensson sent me that in my DMs. This is what I'm getting from Svensson these days. My man, thank you, Svensson. Jesus Christ.
That link that you just put in?
Yeah, that link I just put in. Svensson DM'd me that. Please describe to the audience what that is.
Okay, so it is a lady. She's got 2 buns in her hair, decent amount of lipstick. She's wearing a crop top, grayish color, some short red shorts, and she is she is 100% focused on a man.
Yeah.
Who his hands are behind his back.
Yeah.
His hands are on his butt.
Yeah.
He has no pants on.
Yeah.
And she's licking
literally
and caressing his penis.
She's literally 2 feet away from him.
Nothing else.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my God. That's disgusting.
She's having the time of her life.
Oh my God. All right. I would put that in the chat room, but that's just, oh man, that's Svensson. I appreciate you, buddy. But come on. All right. Ray, speaking of large dicks, you got your first dick pic and I want to know about it.
So I was, when was this? Anyway, at some point, after whatever CoronaCast we did, the other day, and then we got some bonus content out of it. So subscribe to the Patreon, patreon.com/richdickman. And you can catch that episode. Actually,
it's up now.
Yes, the bonus content of it.
Yeah, yes. CoronaCast number 4 is up now, but go ahead.
And I'm talking about the bonus after the CoronaCast. You guys already get the CoronaCast, the bonus after. So I was talking to a few people. I know Spaghetti, Isaac, I think Harder Tanks might have been there at some point. I see him in the chat room. Sir Zero, Randy was there. A few people. Crippled Jesus was there. So they apparently are a bunch of newcomers, not all of them, a couple of them, newcomers to the show, and had not heard the catfishing that I've done on Tinder.
Mm-hmm.
So I was describing some of that to them. And as I was doing that, I'm logging into Tinder to see what's going on, and then start initiating some conversations and saying like, here's the, I was posting the pictures of these guys that pop up and saying like, hey, you think I should, swipe right or left on these guys? So we're having some fun. And, at some point initiated a conversation with some guy that ended up going on into the night, and he ended up okay. Terms of service on Tinder is that you can't actually just send pictures. You have to post profile pictures only. So he just goes, check my profile picture real quick. And I'm like, okay. He's like, the last one. Yeah. And I go and I look and I'm like, I don't see anything. He's like, oh, I deleted it. I'm like, what? Okay. I'm like, I didn't see anything. He goes, okay, check again real quick. And I'm like, fuck, I'm not like sitting here with my phone waiting for you to fucking, anyway. So I go and I'm like, oh, let me see what he's doing. Sure enough, dick pic. So I got my first act, like a guy sent me a dick pic. So it was not impressive in any way, shape or form. Like there was some girth to it, I suppose, but I was not like, wow, that guy, he's got it going on. I was like, and earlier, I think it was, Angus that had said something about naming your dicks. Mine is called, the Triple Crown. After last episode, it's been renamed. But this guy's definitely didn't compare to mine. I mean, what is this, right? Like this guy, but for real, like I got a dick pic. I would tell you guys that I'd post it, but it's just disgusting. Like I'm not even going there. I got a dick pic.
Did he at least shave?
I got a dick pic. No, this is the problem. It's basically, it's all hand and a little bit of dick. That's when you know he doesn't actually have a big dick that's show-offable, where he's got to supplement it by like holding it up with his hand.
Please tell me that there was garbage all over the floor.
No, I don't know that many details of it, Barry's. I did take a screenshot, which I have not looked at since. Yeah, I did it for proof, if you will.
Come on.
But there's...
Oh, sure, proof.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, you could tell yourself that tonight.
Anyway. Basically, it was non-impressive, forgettable. I've moved on, other than it's funny to say that I got my first dick pic. So,
I've moved on, but yes. I still have him in my screenshots folder.
Yeah, right, Barry?
Yeah. Wallpaper.
He's got it for posterity.
Wallpaper.
Yeah. Just
lock
for
screen.
research.
Oh, really? I thought you printed it out. When are you going to print that out and put it on the ceiling?
Aim for it.
I've already got it into a wallpaper so that it can take up the entire wall. It's blown up.
A lot of places have deals like Shutterfly. You could probably get like a wallet-sized one. Take it with you everywhere.
Oh, hey, that reminds me. No joke. This is a real story. Back in the day. Oh my God! Before Barry's was born, I worked at a photo shop where we printed photos. Yes, that was a thing. You would have a roll of film.
Oh, I bet.
And you would drop off your roll of film at the photo shop, and we would print the photos for you, and then you'd pick them up an hour later. And there was this one time that we got this roll of film, and we printed it out, and there were these pictures of this young lady, and she was doing things that were very unmentionable at the time. She was with no clothes on and with other people, and they were very graphic. And she came in an hour later to pick up the photos, and that was my first experience having to stifle a grin and a nervous laugh as I was handing this woman who I just looked at all her pictures of her getting used every which way as I handed them to her and charged her.
Were you able to actually stifle the? Like, were you able to stifle it though? Yeah, you know what I mean.
I'm a professional.
Yeah.
Ray.
Okay.
Yes.
Ray?
Yeah.
I just wanted to know, so when is your date with that guy?
I haven't, no, he literally sent that picture and that was the end of it. But I did give him your contact information.
Short, sweet romance.
I did give him your contact information. So, you should be expecting, if you want, I could forward you the dick pic. He didn't say he's a dad, but, maybe I could inquire about that.
Here's the thing. I'm not into sloppy seconds, so I'd probably just go for his dad. Because part of this is that I need somebody's kid to like shit talk to, or it's not fun.
Oh boy.
Oh, that's amazing.
You know, Barry's, I'd offer you my dad, but he's a top. He doesn't bottom for anybody. He doesn't bottom for any bitch. So I don't know if you can deal with that.
No.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No.
He isn't Italian.
Oh,
honestly, your dad
you know what?
ain't shit.
God.
He ate my shit yesterday.
You know what, Berries? I'm so sorry I brought you on the show now. My God. How insulting.
Yeah.
How insulting was that? That was terrible.
Your dad ain't shit.
God damn it. Ray, tell me about the other things you want to tell me about. We have a Dick of the Week from Svensson, and then we're going to get out of here. All right?
So we've got, just wanted to say, I finally have made some progress on making some t-shirts. Just for everybody. I know we can put this in post show and all that stuff, the end of the show. No, we've updated the website. We got that. I think we've talked about it a little bit, maybe. New t-shirts and stuff all over the store. And I do have a prototype to send to Elisa May, Jessica Lust, and Sarah Starr.
Oh, fantastic.
So if you want, I could even post it in the chat right now. But so I do have that prototype. And then we have fucking awesome shirts on the store. I know you played a part in that. I think Ryan played a part of that as well. Producer Ryan.
Yeah, producer Ryan.
And Randy. Okay.
Yep.
I wasn't 100% sure. Yeah.
Yes.
Which just go to the website, richdickman.com. The fucking stuff is so fun. It is so fun. There's some funny ones on there, and we got like tons of stuff. There's even onesies. Like I'm going to get my son a onesie. Like why would I not? Women's shirts, hoodies, like fucking everything. It's great. But not only that, but it was fun. Like I got to do Corona Cast with Grant. Oh my God, dude. Yeah. He's just awesome.
Your new boyfriend.
It got to the point where we recorded like, I can't remember what the actual episode time was, but I think we stopped it right around 45 minutes of recording. And then there was a little, pre and post stuff that got edited out. But Jesus fucking Christ. I think we chatted for like another 3 hours. Yeah. Like after that, like it just, I don't know. I mean, he's cooped up as fuck right now. And the guy lost his job. If you guys can listen to that podcast, go visit his YouTube channel. He's actually offering services.
Follow his OnlyFans.
Well, that's what I do. At one point he was describing how he's making content right now. And I told him, I was like, no offense, but you sound a lot like the porn stars we've had on the podcast, which maybe is a good thing because they're actually successful at this. So, but yeah, he's making stuff like exercise, advice, tips, just routines and things like that. He's actually offering a service. He's not just some schmuck like, hey, I lost my job, coronavirus, money, please. Right? Like he's actually trying to do something as well. And not only that, like he's a good guy. Yeah. But check that stuff out. The podcast.
He's such a sweetie pie.
He's a good guy. Back off, Berries. He's mine.
You know what, Ray? I'm insanely jealous.
I will eat your dad in front of you. Oh. I will eat your dad raw in front of you.
That's hot. I'll watch that.
Sushi.
Yeah, good luck.
I will watch that. No problem.
Good luck.
I've drunk enough of this coffee whiskey. I will watch the hell out of that.
But yeah, so did that. It had a good time. It was fun recording with Grant. I was the temporary host, which is still the co-host, but not
definitely not the main.
Definitely
host.
not.
Yeah, no, that's a
main host.
Yeah, that's
lower class.
Yes, exactly. That's a Corona Cast. That's a Remless Corona Cast. Oh my God, that's an amazing shirt. Thick bitches love the Rich Dickman Show, and that was Elisa May's idea. So that's
yes, that was 100% her idea.
Have you explained that to your wife yet?
No. I wasn't planning on telling you this. So before the podcast started, after I got home from work, I was like, hey, let me start working on making this. So I'm on the computer trying to design it. And she walks in and I can see, like, I'm talking to her. She asked me a question. She looks over at my screen and it literally has that on it. It's full blown, like right there. And she didn't say anything. Like she looked at it and we both, neither of us acknowledged it. So maybe I'll talk to her after the show and see what happens. But I'm sure she was like, what the fuck was that?
Tell her I said, what's up? And give me that design. I want to put that on the store as well. I like that. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
All right. Let's move along here and let's do, because he sent us one. Svensson gets out of order sometimes and sends us all these Dick of the Weeks and we don't get any from him. So we got the episode 100. Like we got this one before the 100, but I'm going to save this. Oh, wait a second. I got to play God damn it. You son of a bitch. I got to do this.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time to introduce.
But that's okay. I get paid now too.
Finalists for Dick of the Week. And here's our first nominee.
More bumpers.
And Ray and everybody that make The Rich Dickman Show my favorite podcast to listen to. This week, my nomination for Dick of the Week is a guy who we shall call Cletus. Now, this is the time
He's on Fox.
Where people...
Hold on. Is Cletus the one who was at the KFC buffet? That sounds familiar.
Ooh, you might be right. No, so Cletus is the Fox robot during the NFL. He's the guy I swear to God. I watch a lot of NFL. So during like commercials and like little cutscenes and graphics on like at the bottom when they're doing little running stuff. Yeah, that's Cletus.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
Are panicking and running around like idiots. And unfortunately, all those idiots have to congregate in the same place at the same time. I'm going to try to make this as short as I can because you'll understand what I mean. I'm at the supermarket just like everybody else, and I'm there just for the hell of it, to see the chaos.
You're just hanging out.
Why not? Anyway, I'm in the toilet paper aisle, and as I'm in the toilet paper aisle, there's about 50 people in the aisle trying to hoard toilet paper because of the virus scare that's going around. However, out of all those people in the toilet paper aisle, one particular person catches my eye. Cletus. Picture Cletus as, let's just say, hillbilly. Cletus decides to take a roll of toilet paper, or correction, Cletus decides to take a package of toilet paper, opens up the toilet paper, takes one of the rolls, and kind of unrolls it, and puts it against his face and his arm to see how soft it is.
Jesus Christ.
Then he takes the roll, puts it back in the case, and puts it back on the shelf. He did this 3 times.
Good God.
Yes, you heard me. 3 times. He opened up a package, unrolled the sheet, rolled it back up, and put the package back on the shelf. Anyway, Cletus, yes, you are my nomination for Dick of the Week. Ray, Rim, I hope you guys are doing well, and I hope you have a great weekend. Take care.
Thank you, Svensson. That certainly is...
okay.
Yeah, go ahead, Berries.
First of all, Svensson, I think it's very, very, very insensitive of you to say keep it short when Rem is here. He lost last week. We all know that, and you do not need to rub salt in his wounds.
Thank you, Berries. Thank you very much. Thank you for thinking of me. Jesus Christ.
Oh my God. Well, that's lasting longer. Emphasis on the longer than we thought that would last.
Son of a bitch.
I'm gonna call bullshit, Svensson. If there's 50 fucking people in the aisle, there's no motherfucking way that there's any toilet paper on the shelf at all. Much less enough for someone to walk down and pick out 3 brands and check them out. No way.
No way.
Much less, like, no store even has toilet paper. So how is there 50? Like, when you said there's 50 people there, I'm imagining a line of 50 people, and they come and they bring out like the pallet, and they go, okay, first in line, you get 1, and then the next person comes, and you get 1 roll, and the next person, you get. Like, there's no way that I don't understand how this works. So, you said this was weeks ago. He's in the chat room now saying this was weeks ago. I
told you we're out of order here. Yeah, Barry, do you have thoughts on this, or do you have anybody else to nominate for Dick of the Week?
Well, honestly, I'm thinking Svensson, just for being so insensitive, and also throw Ray in there. Yeah, he's on a high horse, and I feel like he needs to be knocked down a notch or 2.
Thank you. So we do have 2 more nominees, Ray.
Hey, maybe I should send you your second dick pic. And then, everything will be good again.
The second one, the one that took up the space on the iPad.
Honestly, my dick is so big. Pro. Like, do you guys remember when Kim Jong-un was threatening to nuke the U.S. and stuff?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We're friends on Snapchat, so all I had to do was send him like a quick little dick pic soft. And that was enough to end. That was enough.
You saved the world.
To put him in his place.
God bless. Now, just have your dick pic take care of coronavirus, and then we'll be all set. Thank you, Barry. You're a national hero.
After much deliberation, the incredibly handsome expert judges have come to the consensus that this week's Dick of the Week award goes to...
It definitely goes to Svensson and Ray for being assholes to me about the dick size. Yeah. Yeah. Fuck you guys. Mm-hmm. So, boom.
Numbers don't lie.
That's right.
Well,
Triple Crown.
Barry, you laughing? You have something to say?
sorry, I was. I would say I feel like the person who really deserves that Triple Crown should be the person that sent either me or the person that sent Ray that dick pic.
That's a good point. Yeah, that's a good point. All right. All right. Thank you. So, thank you, Svensson, for that. And like I said, this was, this show went on last minute. I didn't have time to get a hold of Hot Drummer Newspaper and remind her we're doing a show tonight because I didn't know that I was going to be here. Like, I literally thought I was dying. And that's not cool. That's not cool at all. Hey, Ray, you have to update our Patreon bumper because as a result of last week's contest where Randy handily slapped Mr. Porno Man in the ass and threw his ass down and we will never hear from Mr. Porno Man again. Mr. Porno Man was forced to join our Patreon. That's right. Patreon.com/Rich Dickman. Where at that place. Listen, if you like what we do here and you want to support the show, patreon.com/Rich Dickman is the best place to do it because you get awesome content every single week. Right now, the bonus show that you have is something I wasn't even a part of. And it's got, as Ray said, it's got Ray, it's got Spaghetti, it's got Isaac, it's got Randy, it's got Crippled Jesus, it's got Svensson. Like, everybody's getting involved reading Ray's Tinder catfishing, and it's amazing. So you should check it out. It's awesome. That Patreon, we work really hard because you get something every single week. You will get something every single week. And Ray, coming up soon, we do have to finish the Liquor Fueled. We have to do that. We haven't done it yet. We have to do that. Yeah. So, all right. So,
hey, do you think that with Mr. Pornoman joining the Patreon at the $10 level, that is half of his monthly revenue?
It may be 3/4 of it. But he is going to get a t-shirt out of it, Ray. You're going to have to send him a Thick Bitches Love Rich Dickman show.
Oh, yeah. Have fun wearing that one, Mr. Pornoman.
Yeah.
You fucker.
There you go. Berries, my dear, my sweet, sweet berries and cream. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
For coming on with us tonight. And I know it wasn't what you were expecting, but you turned it around, and I think Angus is a big fan of yours now.
I turned it around and fucked it.
That's right. That's the goddamn right you did. Plug your shit, Berries. Where we find you, where we find your art, and all the wonderful things that you do.
So on Twitter, I'm _berries and cream. And on Instagram, I'm _berries_and_cream. I'm on Ko-fi. If you send me $1, I'll send you my dog's feet pics. And
you know how to win my heart.
and your heart on.
Yes.
And then finally, I do t-shirts and stickers. We released a sticker today, actually. We're very pretty tees on both Twitter and on Instagram.
Yeah, so if you're buying a Rich Dickman Show t-shirt, make sure you buy a Berries and Cream t-shirt as well, because they're adorable. They're not offensive like ours.
It's an IOU for a hug.
Yeah, perfect.
That's what the new sticker is.
Perfect. Yeah. All right, Ray, where are we finding you, and what's up? What's up with you, homie?
You might find me on Twitter at Jules Winfeld. And you'll probably find me playing WGT golf against Svensson and killing him at that game.
You should stream that. You should stream that on the Rich Dickman Show Twitch. You should do that.
Yeah, I definitely want to set that up. Maybe this weekend. Yeah, we'll see.
It's season 3, my man. We got to get serious about that streaming nonsense. We got people in the chat room on our Discord, bit.do/TRDS1. We got to get going on the streaming. So if you and Svensson are playing golf, it's awesome. Ray's out here. Ray's living life. Ray's doing bonus episodes. Ray did a Corona cast with Grant. Check that out. That's on the feeds right now. And this will be out a couple days after that. I don't know. This will be out sometime. But thank you, Berries. Thank you for coming on the show tonight. Much appreciated. Yeah. I love having you here because oh gosh.
It was fun. I just wanted to say something really fast. He was talking about where to find him. Mm-hmm. This weekend you can probably find him at an anonymous gas station with a glory hole and the man that sent him his first dick pic.
Oh, Berries, where are the glory holes open though? Everything's closed.
You have to go.
I'm a risk taker.
You have to go to an essential business, like a essential business, like a gas station.
Your post office, right? I got you. All right, Ray, you get in there.
We'll find a way, goddammit.
Yeah.
Oh shit, that was a good one.
Yeah, buddy.
That was a good one.
Yeah, buddy.
That was deep.
And I would
like
to thank Mr. Angus Maple for coming on the show tonight and talking porn. I like Angus. Angus is a good guest. We're gonna have Angus back again. We'll have Angus and Swiney. That'll be fun. Put the two of them together and like actually get them to fight.
Yes.
Maybe we can get them to fight, Ray. Like rock'em sock'em robots.
Could we do like a me and you swing with them? Like we do like a cross platform.
So what you're saying is they do a
each
podcast
of them,
and we film porn.
Yeah. Okay. So it would have to be 2 podcasts, 2 porns. Now, the first one is like me and you swap places, or sorry, like me and Swiney, and then the next one, that kind of thing. Yeah. Oh, we could do that. Yeah, I could sit in for one of those guys.
I think that's a good idea,
and so could you.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, you can follow the friends of the show. Follow Randy at Sir0 with an E. Follow producer Ryan at RyanTRDS. And I would like to thank Randy and Ryan for contributing the artwork to the t-shirts that are on the store. Go to richdickman.com, click the merchandise tab, and you will get to that store. It's awesome. We got a lot of great stuff. And hey, guess what? We got this coronavirus nonsense going on. Hey, Ray, China is asshole. So you check that out. That's a shirt.
Yeah.
That's right. Got lots of fun stuff out there. So check it out. Have fun. We also have our Amazon shirts, of course, the Eat the Rich shirt. We're going to want to eat a lot of rich people pretty soon. Everybody's going to be hungry. The longer this goes, the more rich people are going to get it. So there's that. That's also up there as well. Oh,
so
man.
Tasty.
Yeah. Lots of this espresso infused whiskey tonight that I wasn't planning on drinking. Ray, you can follow me on Twitter at RemDickman. Follow the show at Rich Dickman Show. Rich Dickman Show at gmail.com, and of course richdickman.com for all your Rich Dickman needs. Follow my mother on Twitter at Rem_Mama, who I haven't been able to see for 5 weeks now because I need to save her life, her and Papa Rem. I need to keep them alive, and they can't see me because I may be infected. Who knows? Call the Dickman line, 860-316-4776 if you'd like to leave a voicemail or a Dick of the Week nomination, or you can just email us, richdickmanshow@gmail.com. I think I said that. Thank you all for listening. It's season 3. It's episode 101. Really appreciate every one of you who stuck around. Those of you in the chat room, again, bit.do/TRDS1. Thank you, Randy, for setting that up. Also, hey, Randy, my man, feel better, bro. Feel better, all right? Don't let this shit knock you down. Randy is currently quarantined at home. My man is, and they won't test him, but he's quarantined. He feels like shit. So send him some love at Sir0 with an E. Send him some love. Let him know you're thinking about him. Randy, love you. Get well soon. Again, thanks to Angus. Barry's, thank you again for coming on. You are a delight. And Ray, of course, always thank you, buddy, for being my friend, because I don't have any. Till next time, we'll be back with 1 and 2 next week. God willing. Stay healthy. Stay safe. Good night.
See ya.
Bye.
Oh, boy.
I'm sorry. Wait. When are we starting the show? I've been distracted this whole time thinking about Tiger King.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I'm over here trying to make a list of more questions to ask that guy.
We're starting right now.
All I care about is Tiger King.
Yeah.
Nothing more. I literally care about nothing else. That show is insane. Just yes or no. Have you guys seen any of it?
No, I got people at work telling me I have to watch it now.
No.
I don't have time. So I want to watch it. I just don't have time.